Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to watch this review. Today we're going to be looking at the amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech Spider-Man 2.0. I have been highly anticipating this figure ever since I got my hands on the bootleg, and I'm happy to have the original sitting right in front of me. That being said, this thing looks absolutely amazing straight out of the box, and I am very excited to show everything that it comes with. If you're looking to pick one of these bad boys up, you can do so at the Big Bad Toy Store. Link will be in the description below. I am not sponsored by the Big Bad Toy Store, although here is hoping. I just want to thank all of you again for watching my video, so let's get into it. So starting off with the paint and detail, we can see that glossy red leading into that black line around the pearly white eyes, followed by the black cobwebs leading down to the neck, and that amazingly sculpted spider on the chest. Certain lighting does glow green, but I can't seem to capture it on my camera. This is no fault of the figure though. If we move down the torso, we can see a hexagonal pattern with an etched line to carve out all the red sections, and the same can be said on the legs, where the hexagonal pattern does carry over, and the etching on the leg to distinguish the cobweb patterns on the ankles and the feet. The feet do look a little weird, but Spider-Man doesn't wear shoes in his suit, so the look does make sense, and it does look amazing in photos, so I'm not too bothered by it. If we move back up, you can see the shading on the hands and the wrists, which looks good. Same on the biceps and shoulders. I have no complaints with this figure in the looks department. Let's move on to articulation. The articulation on this figure is everything you expect a Spider-Man figure to have. It can look down that far and up that far. It has a full swivel on the head itself. The shoulder butterfly joints work phenomenally. They can move in and out. The shoulder joints can go up that far and down that far. The arm can 360 all the way around the torso, although the way the joint is cut makes it a little difficult to do. Same on the other side. It can go up that far, down that far. Shoulder can bend that far up and that far down. Now the hands do have that weird articulation that all Revoltech ball joints have, where they are singular directional and are a little hard to pose at times. But once you get them going, they are holding their poses very well and look very dynamic in photos, so I have no complaints there. It can bend forward this far. It can bend backwards this far, which is not bad at all. Now the legs can bend up this far. They can go a little bit further, but I was really trying not to push it as I do have a limited space on my work stand at the moment. But look at that. He can kick his own butt, which is absolutely phenomenal. Now, to get this thing in a vanilla pose is kind of difficult because these are highly stylized figures. They're not meant to be in that vanilla pose. They are meant to be posed naturally, but all things considered, Revoltech has been improving their vanilla stance game, and I am here for it. Up next, we're going to be taking a look at the eye accessories. We have the wide open eyes, the squinting eyes, the surprised eyes, and the skeptical eyes. Next, we'll move on to hands. We have the mask holding hands, fisted hands, thwipping hands, wall crawling hands, a little bit more stretched out wall crawling hands, and last but certainly not least, straight fingered wall crawling hands. He comes with an absolute plethora amount of wall crawling hands and some web accessories to fit in those hands. These web accessories look absolutely amazing, followed up by the thwip webs. I'm not sure what you would call these cobweb accessories. It comes with those web wings. I will show those off in photos at the end. Next up, we do have some size comparisons with Spider-Man, Carnage, and as you can see, he scales really well with the Marvel Legends line, but he also scales really well with the previous Yamaguchi releases. I am super happy to have this in my collection, and I would definitely rate this an 11 out of 10. This is probably my best figure that I have in my collection so far, and I am extremely blessed to own this. That being said, this figure is $110 after shipping and is rather pricey. If you can get your hands on this, I would highly recommend it, but please stick around for the photos I do have of this guy in action. But if you're okay with paying that price, I'd highly recommend picking one up at the Big Bad Toy Store. Like I said, the link will be down in the description below, and please enjoy the slideshow.